Good morning. This is Dave with Golden Gate Labrador Retriever Rescue. We're broadcasting from Pet Food Express headquarters. They were so gracious to allow me to come in this morning and give a topic that we're calling Survive and Thrive. Survive and Thrive. How to successfully integrate a newly adopted dog into your home. And so we're going to talk about all sorts of things out there. Now, the survive part is for the people to survive, to get through it. Sometimes a difficult time. On the thrive part is we want your dog to thrive. And that's what at Lab Rescue, we place dogs in homes and we want that dog to absolutely thrive. So we're going to focus on a number of things, but this is really for the newly adopted dog that comes into your home. As I talk, I'm going to be glancing down at some notes that I have here to make sure that I'm on track, and we'll show some things up on the board here. And I need to introduce you to this is my stuff, friend. This is Midnight. We're going to be using Midnight for some demonstrations, but we also have a puppy with us today. We have Ivy the puppy and newly adopted with her adopted mom Colleen and Davy. Niece, and they're gonna take us through some demonstrations. Anyway, okay, Midnight, I'm gonna put you down. You just chill out for a little bit. All right, Midnight's hanging out there. Midnight will be my demo dog. Okay, we're going to talk about what works and what does not work for integrating a dog into a new home. Every dog is different. This by no means says, hey, you need to do it this way. These are the rules. These are the guidelines. No, these are just lots of different ideas. All dogs are different. Some dogs you're going to find smooth integration into the home, no problem at all. Other dogs could be quite difficult. Dogs bring baggage with them. Some bring a small bag, some bring a big bag of issues with them. And we're going to talk about these are really just all tools and ideas for you to take with you. But keep in mind that every dog is different. The first thing is, are you fostering this dog or are you adopting the dog? The dog doesn't know. It didn't get an email saying, you are now going to a foster home for 3 weeks. The dog's going to show up at your home and going, okay, I'm here. So even fosters need to approach it like, from a dog's perspective, you're adopting that dog. This is this dog's forever home, and you treat it that way. So the same approach, whether you're a foster or adopter, you've got to think long-term for the life of the dog, okay? So back to it. These are just guidelines, lots of ideas. And some people out there are going to go, Dave, that's a stupid idea. I would never do that with my dog. And other people are going to go, yeah, but what about this? What about that? Dave, you didn't tell them about this. This is the best technique too. There's so many different ideas that are out there. This is just a bunch of them. Okay, what do we want to avoid? I'm going to go to the whiteboard here to put avoid. We're trying to avoid right now. Escape. The last thing you want to do, you don't want to lose your dog in the first days of the adoption. You don't want the dog to run away, to get out of your house, to get away from you at some place out in public and be gone. So we're going to try to prevent the escape issue. Let's see. We'll put angst, excuse my terrible spelling, angst, separation anxiety. Some of the techniques we're going to share with you are to reduce separation anxiety. Difficult challenge. Your dog already may have separation anxiety. You're going to work with that. Okay. There we go. Biting, growling, snarling. All these things you do not want to see with this dog. And we're going to work, what techniques can we do to reduce that or eliminate that, or things do not do that are going to introduce that. Maybe I'm going to add lunging onto this. Lunging. Okay, and I'm going to leave this list up on the screen because we're going to go back and go, okay, what we're doing here is going to address one of those things over there. Okay, in the end, some of these things here, this is tough stuff. Seek professional help. Seek a professional dog trainer, a dog behaviorist, your veterinarian. Ask for some help if this is beyond your control. Do not go this alone. Okay, the human dog. Let's talk about the human dog, and I'm gonna write down, where's my red pen? I want to write the human dog up here because we'll chat about that from time to time. The human dog is a notion that people think that their dogs are human out there, and they treat them like humans, and the dog is not a human. Dog is a pack animal, needs a family, needs a pack. They live in the present. They don't live in the past. They certainly don't live in the future. They live in the present right now. So even though your dog comes up with all this baggage, that baggage is affecting how it acts in the present. It doesn't look back and go, yeah, yesterday was a bad day, or hey, tomorrow I'm going to do this. They're in the present, okay? Dogs crave rules. Dogs crave limits also. And what lots of people do when they apply the human dog idea is shower their dog with affection. Unearned affection, totally confusing to the dog. Totally confusing. Why am I getting all this affection? So the human instead needs to become this dog's leader. Some people call it the pack leader. Some call it just, hey, in charge of setting some rules and boundaries within the home. So the human dog idea is don't get your dog confused with humans. Do not treat your dog like a human. Okay, treat it like a dog. What does a dog want? Okay, let's say dog wants stability. Dog wants strength from its pack leader. It wants affection. It wants a lot of affection, but giving affection at the wrong time is really going to do damage to the dog. How many times have you been walking down the street and not that I'm against chihuahuas or small dogs. There's a little yappy dog going, rah, 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 rah. The dog is yapping, yapping, yapping. And the owner picks up the dog and goes, oh, Muffin, you're okay, Muffin. You're okay, Muffin. Just pouring affection onto that dog. And that dog's going, oh, man, this is nice. I'm liking this. You just picked up the dog when it was not exhibiting good behavior and rewarded it. Oh my God, incredible. So guess what you are encouraging that dog to do? You're thinking like a human now. You're thinking like a human. You are encouraging that dog to bark and yap at other dogs. Because from a dog's perspective, when I do that, I get rewarded with affection, getting picked up, getting comforted. So thinking like a human, you're not thinking like handling that dog. Giving affection when the dog is stressed out, totally counterproductive. And you're reinforcing behavior that you don't really want. But you think you should be comforting your dog. There are alternate ways of going at that. Okay, human weakness, us humans, when we are weak, the dog looks at that and goes, you weak human, you're not in charge, are you? I'm going to take over. I'm going to be in charge. And that's what we're guarding against. We don't want that to happen. Okay, what does the adopter want? Let's see, another color here. Let's use black here. Okay, here's a human. That's a human. That's what the human wants out of this relationship. And here's the dog. Here's my artistic skills coming at you. Okay, that's the dog. What does the human want? Oh my God, the human wants play, fun, affection, good times, cuddling, right? Cuddling, wrestling on the ground, parks. Oh my gosh, we want to go to parks. We want to go to the beach. We want to have all the fun with this dog because many people remember the previous dog. Their dog they lost. Oh my God, Daisy. She was 16 years old. She was a Zen dog. She was the greatest dog in the world. And now they've got a 1-year-old dog, and they're just projecting all the wonderful traits that Daisy had, and wondering why this new dog. Oh, Daisy, we went to the beach. We went to the parks. We used to cuddle all the time. Oh, she sleep on my bed. It was awesome. That's where they're coming from. In some cases, again, not all, doesn't apply to everybody. That's what they want out of their new dog. Where's the dog coming from? All right. Where am I? Question mark, question mark. Where the heck am I? I just came from someplace, a shelter, a foster, the street, and I'm in this new place. What the heck? And who are these new two-legged creatures walking around? All the smells are different. These people are different. They sound different. Who are these little humans? These little humans on two legs. They're almost my size. I'm sizing them up right now. And who's this other dog? There's another dog here. What's my relationship with that dog? And what are those other furry things that meow at me? How am I going to handle those cats out there? So all these things are going through this dog's mind, and it's also saying, remember, who's in charge? I need some leadership. I need some guidance here. This is pretty stressful right now. Help me out, people. Help me out. All these questions, parks, beach, affection, fun, play, conflict. Conflict between what human wants and what dog needs. Back to what dog needs. All right, where's my eraser at? We talked about what the dog needs to help with those questions. Structure, guidance, leadership from the humans, boundaries, exercise to get energy out, a strong, calm, assertive human leader. When I say strong leader, when I say assertive leader, I don't mean somebody that's mean. Down, sit, bad dog. That's not a strong, calm, assertive leader, okay? Focus on the calm part. Focus on the calm, and we'll talk a little bit more. Okay, what to expect of many dogs when they first arrive? Given all those questions, panting, pacing, unable to relax. My dog's walking all over the place. He's looking out the window. He's at the door. He's waiting for his previous owner to show up. Loss of appetite, maybe some diarrhea, churning, the dog's upset stomach. Not surprised. All those are sort of normal, but they're a little freaky. You think something's wrong with your dog. Anxiety is pegged. Anxiety is pegged right now. And there's another principle called, we'll see if anybody's guessing this as I'm writing it. Okay. So the dog's freaking out at your house. 3 days. 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months right now. We say those 3 days, that first 72-hour window, your dog is dealing with all those questions. All those questions that we had. Where am I? Who are these people? What's going on? And if that dog's been in a shelter for a while or in another stressful environment, it's cortisol levels. Cortisol, hormone, stress hormone, goes up and down with dogs. But if it's been in a very stressful environment for a long period of time, it's going to take days for that cortisol level to drop. You can't go in and give it a pill or give it some food and that cortisol level just goes back down to normal. You've got to let that dog work through that. So in that first 3 days, the dog's saying, where the heck am I and what's just happened to me? 3 weeks, the dog's like, this is sort of looking like my new place around here. Okay, this is my pack. These are my new people, big people, little people, furry critters. This is my new home. All right, I'm settling in. I'm figuring it out. I guess this is where I'm going to be staying. 3 months, this is, all right, I'm going to show them the new me. This is what's that Frank Sinatra song? I've got to be me. I've got to be me. Yeah, that's when this dog starts really showing. So you may not see the real dog until 3 months down the road. What do you mean? Hey, where's the parks? Where's the beach? Where's partying with my dog? Patient. Be patient. You're on the dog's clock, not your clock. Okay, before we talk about what not to do, I want to talk about a thing called resources. Resource. What is a resource from a dog's perspective? Let's see, I'm going to make a list over. Yeah, I'll make it over here. Okay. What's a resource? Okay, folks, help me out. What's a resource to a dog? And I've got some people in the studio here helping me out. I'm going to turn to Colleen and Davey. What is a resource to a dog? Give me a resource to a dog. Something that the dog values.
Food.
Food. Okay, beautiful. Of course, that's at the top of the list. At least for my lad Diesel. That's like that. That's like 1, 2, and 3 on the list there. Food. Okay, what's another resource that the dog likes? Okay, Davey. Attention. That's, oh my gosh. Usually the people would come up with that for a while, but that's good. Attention. How about, I'm going to put affection here. Okay, that's a resource. What's another one? Colleen, what do you got?
Exercise.
Exercise, a resource. I don't know if that's a resource, more of an activity that the dog likes. Okay. Other things. Anything else, baby?
She likes her toys.
Oh my God, toys. Toys. What do we got? We got toys. We got bones. A bed. I'll write the word couch down here. And when I write bed, am I meaning human bed or dog bed? And we'll talk about that. I'm going to go back to the exercise. Exercise. I'm going to put access down here. Because when you're out on an exercise, your dog is accessing you. Time to hang out with you, time to be together. That's a resource. What else do I have on here? Space. I'm going to add the word space. That your dog being close to you, being near you, is something valuable to the dog. Okay, that's space. I think I got most of them. There are probably others out here. These are all resources that dog values. Some are higher value than others. Bones, frozen marrow bones, the buffalo ones that you buy at Pet Food Express in the frozen thing, 4-pack. My dog goes ballistic for those things, loves those things. And it's if Diesel gets that in his mouth, I'm going to have a hard time prying that out of his mouth. These are things that the dog considers a resource, and it may guard these resources. It may protect these resources as we go through it. Okay, what not to do. Let's talk about what not to do with your new dog. Let's get to the meat of the thing here. Don't dwell in the past. Remember we talked about, dog lives in the moment right now. Dwell in the moment. Don't feel bad for your dog. Be maybe informed of where the dog comes from, but don't pity the dog. Don't feel bad for the dog. It doesn't feel bad for itself. It's living in the moment. It's living in the moment. Unearned affection. We talked about unearned affection. Remember picking up the dog? If you give that a dog unearned affection, it's confusing because I didn't earn that. I'm getting, oh my God, they're giving me all these bones and I didn't do anything. Or toys or affection or attention or food, and I didn't do anything for it. Okay, we've got to make this dog earn some of these things. We'll talk about that. Don't go out and buy $300 worth of dog toys and think that you are showering your dog with all these toys. This dog is going to love you and it's going to be a good thing. Okay, don't do that. Frozen marrow bones, be careful about that at first. Okay, high resource there. That dog may not like you going to try to take that bone away from him again at first. Unlimited access in home. We say, hey, close some doors around the house. Don't give the dog unlimited access to your home. Confusing. It's too much for the dog. It's got enough room in your living room, your kitchen, your backyard, your common spaces. That may be enough for the dog for starters. Okay. Don't leave gates open. Don't leave doors open when you're going across a threshold in a door. Remember, guarding against escape. Guard against escape out there. Okay, make sure that dog is properly leashed up there. What else not to do? Remember what the human want to do. I want to take my dog to the beach. We're gonna go to a park. Okay, we're gonna go see all our friends. We're gonna see all of our friends' dogs. Don't do those things. Again, so much stress for the dog. The dog's in your home is going, who's that human? Who's that human? And who's that dog that's all around all the time? Focus on that. Focus on the comfort level for your dog, integrating into that. Okay. Much as I want to say, do not take your dog right down to Pet Food Express the minute you adopt your dog. You should have already gone to Pet Food Express to got the food, the dog bed, the crate, the whole list of things. But don't take your dog down to Pet Food Express. Go, hey, here's my new dog, and we're walking through Pet Food Express with my new dog. And also now your dog is encountering all these crazy smells, all these bones and toys and food. And guess what? Turn the corner, there's another dog that may not be so friendly. So you are really introducing your dog at risk if you take it right away. Let your dog get settled down, put the dog at home if you need to run out and get something, and then come back, okay? Don't go to off-leash action in an unsecure area. You have no idea about the recall for your new dog. Although, but my last dog, we used to go to the park and run around. It was great. I'd throw the ball, get one of those chucking things, throw around there. First time you chuck it for your dog takes off. And your new dog doesn't come back. Your new dog doesn't come back. Escape. Okay? Bad deal. If you're going to do that, a fenced-in area where you can exercise your dog. Okay? Treats, food. Don't overload your dog with treats. Don't just shower with treats. The dog's going to go, why am I getting treats? What are all these treats? I haven't earned it. Okay, some other things not to do. Okay, and we're going to get to the things to do with the little puppy Ivy in a second here. Okay, what not to do? Let's say your dog jumps up on your couch or your human bed or your counter surfer. What you don't want to do is reach up and grab the dog by the collar. This dog really doesn't know you yet. And you've also now put a throttle on the dog's throat. What's Midnight going to do? Whip its head around. Maybe not. Maybe it's not a problem, but maybe it is. Particularly if your, dog is a stressful dog. Turns around, boom, bites you on the arm. Dog's not aggressive necessarily, but you just threatened the dog. You started choking the dog by grabbing it by his collar. There's other ways of doing that. There's other ways of dealing with that. Okay, so please don't grab your dog by the collar right away. Another thing to do is avoid reaching over top of your dog. This is threatening to a dog. This is like, something's coming down on me. Okay, if you want to give affection to your dog, hold your hand down and let your dog come up to you. Let your dog come up to you rather than going over top of the dog. This is how people get bit. Hi, how are you? Hi, is your dog? Can I come say hi to your dog? What do people do? They stick their hand out right over top of the dog, and the dog's like, what the heck? Who are you? Uh-oh, I can't send you an email. I can't tell you to stop, but I sure can growl and bite you. So be careful about that, putting your hand. Other things to do within your home, don't corner or trap your dog. If the dog's running around, if you get in a corner with your leash and you're reaching in with the leash, the dog could be, what the heck are you doing? I'm confused, I'm stressed. Dog may snarl. Snarl, growl at you, lunge at you. We want to avoid that so we don't put the dog in those situations, okay? Don't force the dog to do anything. Don't make the dog do anything. This is not rocket science. If the dog is not doing what you want, take a deep breath, take a step back. Do I have some treats handy? And hopefully you're like, this is like your friend, your little treat bag that you are living with inside the house, or you've got little bowls of treats. Usually, if you can distract the dog with a little food to diffuse the situation, okay, but you don't want to elevate it. Back to that, calm leader, right? Calm leader, taking it easy. That dog's going to feed off your emotions and your feelings, okay? Also recommend you avoid hugging the dog. Here's the dog. Oh, Muffin, or sorry, Midnight, I just adopted you. I love you. And you come up and you hug the dog. And the dog's like, this huge animal is now grabbing me and holding me and restraining me. Maybe that's what's going through maybe the dog will love it. But maybe the dog's like freaked out right now and turns around and bites you in the face. Not saying that's going to happen, but we want to avoid that. So don't put the dog in that situation right away. Again, not for all dogs. Some dogs may do it just fine. You are learning your dog better than anybody. Take it slow, take it easy. Another thing, avoid playing rough with the dog. Getting down on the ground, rasa, rasa, rah, rah, making all these noises like you're fighting. Dogs got teeth. You don't have teeth, okay? You've seen dogs play. They bite each other. They nip at each other. You don't want to encourage this dog that hardly knows you to start playing rough with you, okay? All right, another concept out there. N-I-L-I-F. N-I-L-I-F. Okay, Davey, what does that stand for? N-I-L-I-F. Davey's like giving me like, I have no idea. Colleen, adopter of Ivy. Nilith.
I don't know.
Linda,
No.
who she's a well, these big Pet Food Express employees. Like she's the top of the food chain here at Pet Food Express.
I don't not. No,
Almost nothing
nothing.
in life is
Free.
nothing in life is free. That's exactly, and it's sort of a concept that your dog's got to work for all good things. Got to work for it. Work doesn't mean an 8-hour day job or anything. It means it's got to do something to get something over here on these resources. Remember all these resources, particularly for food or affection. It's got to do something for affection. Okay. What are good things? These are all good things. These are all the good things. So it's got to work for it generally. Food and basic commands are a wonderful way of getting your dog to do something. Midnight, sit, blah, good girl, treat, affection, proximity to me. So just obeying a simple command, she's earned it. Okay, coming to you, earned it. Lying down, earning it. Not exhibiting bad behavior is also a good thing too for that. Okay, pushy, demanding behaviors. Isn't it nice when your new dog comes up to you and puts its head in your lap, puts its paw on you, stands on you, jumps up on you, leans on you? Oh my God, that is so loving. Oh my God, I love my dog. That dog is demanding from you, demanding access, space, being right next to you, and demanding affection and attention. It's controlling you. That dog, in a sense, is being dominant over you. What do you mean a dog's being dominant over me? In the dog's mind, it's getting what it wants. It puts its head on your lap. Oh my gosh. Oh, Midnight, thank you for putting your head on my lap. I'm gonna reward you with affection. You're just like the Chihuahua lady who picked up her dog, and so you're rewarding that. Be careful about that. Be careful about rewarding that behavior. If anything, ignore it, and it will go away. The dog is not getting it. It's like, this doesn't help. I keep putting my head on the dog on their lap, and they're not getting anything. I think I'm going to stop putting my head on the human's lap because I'm not getting anything. Maybe I'll try something else. Give commands only once is another technique. Midnight, sit, sit, sit. Midnight, sit, sit. Midnight, sit, sit. Midnight, sit, sit. Give lots of treats there. And on the 10th time, Midnight finally sits. Good, Midnight. I give the treat. Midnight goes, okay, 10 sits. I got to wait for 10 sits, and then they do it. Sit. She doesn't sit. No treat. Disregard. We go somewhere else again. Do the dog. This is tough sometimes. Sometimes you may have to work from 10 to 5 to 3 to 1 to get down to just sit or do something on that first command. Everybody in your house has got to follow. Nothing in life is free. Nothing in life is free. So when Davey comes over and visit you, Colleen, if you have some guidelines that you've been working with Ivy, Davey's got to follow those too. Because it doesn't help if mom is following this and dad like, come on, jump on my bed with me. Let's play. It's like, Dad, that dog's like, it's totally confused. You're sending it back to that first 72-hour period. Okay, for that. Be patient. Be patient. Okay, let's see. We talked about what not to do. That's all the stuff what not to do. What to do. Some basics. When you receive your dog, did you get any paperwork? Veterinary records? Look through it all. Read through it all. Sometimes there's behavioral information in some of that paperwork. Keep a collar on your dog. If dog already doesn't have a collar, get an ID tag. There are all sorts of different ID tags out there. So if that dog does get away, name of the dog, but more importantly, your address, your phone number, your email, some way, if someone gets this dog, they can get back to you. That dog can be returned to you. Microchip. If you don't know anything about microchips, find out. If your dog is microchipped, probably is if it came out of a shelter, or if it came through a rescue organization. Get that microchip registered in your name, so you've got your email address and phone number on there. So if the dog is picked up by somebody, they typically take it to a vet, scan it for a microchip. Hey, it matches up with you. You're going to get your dog back a lot quicker if it's a microchip. Also, for those, what is it, Boston Terriers out there, French Bulldogs, you know, you hear about people stealing dogs. You see it on the news. Get your dog microchip, get that chip registered, and nationwide, foundanimals.org is an outstanding foundation. Other ones out there, nationwide, worldwide. And when that dog goes to a vet or some organization gets scanned, the odds of you getting your dog back are significantly increased. Again, if you need to know more about microchips, check out the Pet Food Express chat line or helpline. Give them a call. Ask them, I need to know about microchips. What do I do? I think Pet Food Express can help you out with that. Okay. We already talked about closing the doors. Again, these are things to do to survive and thrive. Close the doors, close the bedroom doors, close the bathroom doors in your home. Dog, just common spaces is enough. Leave a lead on your dog, maybe just a 3-foot lead, a rope, or a short leash, so that if that dog does jump up on the counter, guess who doesn't need to grab this? Grab the leash, which would be 2-3 feet away. The dog's not going to bite your hand, and gently get the dog off of the bed, off of the couch, off the furniture, off of the counter for that. And to guide that dog around, if that dog gets in a bad situation, you need to move it. You've got a leash, you've got some tether, you can move the dog around. Okay, lots of leash walks. Okay, when you leave your house, 2 things, and they're going to be in all your jackets, or they're going to come out in the wash all the time. Okay, what do you got? I got poop bags, right? You got poop bags everywhere, and then you got your treat bag. Lots of leash walks, training walks. Every walk is a training walk with this dog. It's like walking the dog. Hi neighbor, how you doing there? Focusing on your dog for that training walk is critical. Okay, lots of walks are good. That's that exercise. Lets the dog walk with the pack. Time with you, access, right? Access and attention. It's getting it, and even got food with you. So as you're walking around, what are you working on? You stop at a street corner, midnight, sit. Yes, mark it. A little treat right there. So you're working on commands while you're out going for a walk. It's not just a walk, it's a training mission. Every walk is a training mission out there. Okay, other things to do. Lots of quiet time, lots of chill time. That stressful day, that stressful 3-day period, that 3 days, if that dog is panting, pacing, rather than trying to comfort it, give it affection while it's stressed out, let it chill. It will find a place to lie down and just relax. Eventually, over time, the dog will relax. Give it that chill time, okay? In the home, maybe let that dog approach you. Don't you approach the dog. Hi, Midnight, go over to get Midnight. Midnight, and let Midnight come over. Because Midnight's still getting comfortable that you even exist in your home. Let Midnight come to you on her own terms. She wants to back off, that's okay. Eventually, she'll come over, she'll seek attention, affection, space, access to you, because those are important resources for that dog. Okay, and we're gonna bring out one of our pups right now, puppy Ivy. So, Davey, you ready to go? Okay, we're gonna do some moving of the camera around here because we're gonna demonstrate a couple things. Take Midnight. We're gonna move Midnight over there, and we're gonna have Ivy come on over here. Ivy was recently adopted by our program. She was one of 5 dogs that came out of the Martinez shelter. All 5 are pretty much adopted now. And okay, does that work? Let me move around here. How's that work? Good for the camera there?
I think so.
Okay, this is hi Ivy. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is, and Ivy's all about the treat bag here. We say hand feed your dogs, okay? And you just keep it focused on Ivy, it's great. Hand feed your dog, okay? So you're feeding your dog, let's say, a cup of food twice a day. Hi, have that food in a bowl, and then you can hand feed it because you haven't named your dog yet, right? Okay, but you want the dog's former name was Aries, but you want to name the dog Ivy. Ivy, yeah. Good, Ivy. Good, Ivy. And you're going to go through your entire cup of food here. Ivy. Yes. Connecting her new name, Ivy, with food. Because dogs really don't understand English. They make the connection between the word that humans say and the outcome. So we want her to know every time I say, Ivy, yes, good things happen. She comes to you. This is going to help recall. This is going to help connection. And it will also solidify that Ivy is her name. From your perspective, dog's perspective, Colleen, she don't know she has a name. She only knows that when you say Ivy, oh my God, sorry, I got to be at the ready with my treat. Ivy, yes, that good things happen for that. Okay, that's the first thing. So that's hand feeding. You could do that for the first several days. Do it for the first week. Do it off and on. Again, you don't have to do it all the time, but if you do it occasionally, she'll get it. The next thing is I call the hand touch treat exercise, and this is for dogs that are maybe want to jump up on you or want to mouth you or do other things. Ivy's like all over this. I'm going to hold out my hand, and when she touches my hand with her snout, I'm going to give her a treat. Again, so many people reach out their hand to dogs, right? You want to associate that with something good, like, gosh, that hand means a treat. I don't want to. Oh, Ivy lies down there. Okay, Ivy, gotta get back up again. Oh my God, Ivy. Okay, here we go. Ready? Exercise time. Ready? Okay, I'm gonna put my hand behind the back. Yes, and I'll mark it and I'll give her a treat. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, that was a pretty big treat there. Need a smaller treat there. Okay, I'm gonna take that treat away so I can use it. Sorry, Ivy. Oh, I'm messing with you there. It was too big a treat. We're gonna try again here. Yes. And again, you want her to move her nose over to touch your hand. And so now when you are out in public and you need to distract her from something, yes, you hold out your hand, and typically you'll be standing while you're doing this. Yes. And she'll go, hand there. I need to touch her with my nose because I'm going to get a treat. And that would help her if there's another dog over there or something that's causing her stress. I don't think anything stresses Ivy out, Colleen, for that, right? Colleen, you are pretty darn fortunate for that. Okay, we'll try one more time. Ready? Yes. Good job. And yes, it's just a marker, sort of like clicker training for that. So Ivy's got that down again. This is the bonding, space, affection, attention. And food. Obviously, you're giving that dog resources right now. So you're checking a bunch of boxes. And this dog is thriving in this little moment right here. So this is an exercise you can do out on walks. You can practice in your backyard, or you can do in your living room. Another thing to do with the food is of course training. I'm going to stand up here, but you can keep it focused. So Ivy's over there, and you may be in your room or your backyard. Ivy, stay. I'm getting ready with a little treat here in my pocket. Ivy, come. Yes, good girl. And so this is also part of the hand feeding. It just doesn't need to be Ivy. It could be Ivy, sit. She's already sitting. Ivy, come. Yes. So gosh, I'm working on hand feeding to improve the connection between me and the dog, but I'm working on the name. I'm working on sit. You're already sitting. I could be working on down maybe. I could be working on come. Really the basic commands that you need for a dog. And I'm feeding the dog. Yeah, it's taking a little bit more time. Yeah, and I'm getting dog slobber all over my hand. But this is good stuff. This is good bonding for that. Any questions, Colleen?
No, she's doing really well.
Yay. Well, thank you, Ivy. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you a little affection. I think you earned it there. Okay, you guys off, and let me wrap up here. We're coming close to the end here. Do we have any questions out there? Anything that we need to answer? Over there? I think people are texting in questions, of course.
We do have some questions, Dave.
Okay, let's go for some questions.
So we have Jennifer from Pleasant Hill who's asking, can you give us an example of a daily routine for a new dog parent that focuses on the 3 days, the 3 weeks, and the 3 months?
Okay, some for each of those periods.
Yes.
I'd say for the first thing, for those first 3 days, dog is stressed out. Food is really your best connection with that dog, and I would do that. Sit, stay calm in your living room. Do that exercise. Going through that exercise is stimulating for the dog. It will exhaust the dog, even though it's not out running around. It will exhaust that dog for that. So those first 3 days, sit, stay calm. Again, don't demand a lot out of that dog. The dog's freaking out, but you're just going to make some basic connection and maybe just the name. Okay, 3 weeks. 3 weeks, I would work on recall. Work on recall for that. Get in your backyard, get a treat with maybe a long line. Working on recall. Working on recall in those 3 weeks, because that's gonna let you go to those parks down the road. That's gonna let you go to the beach. But work on it in an environment where there are not a lot of distractions. If you go to a dog park, we're going to work on recall today, and we're going to go to a dog park and work on it. It's like, wrong. Do not do that. Too many distractions. The dog's like, holy cow, there's all over. And you go, come. And the dog's like, oh my God, there's too much out here. So that 3 week period, 3 months is if you're not already there, that dog should be crate trained. And again, that dog, you should be leaving this dog alone for short periods of time in the crate. We talk about crate training or tie down training. Crate training is a wonderful tool to have. Give your dog a place to chill, to relax. It's not punishment, but that it's a safe place that dog knows, hey, I got to go here. I'm going to chill for a while. My people will come back. They'll let me out. It's all good. And so you're leaving your house and your dog's in your crate. I think those are some techniques that may not line up exactly with 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, but good ideas. Okay, next question.
We have Sean from Pasadena who's asking, should we give the dog free reign of the house when they first arrive, or should we limit their space at first, similar to acclimating a new cat?
That's a great question. I'm not a cat expert, and we'll talk about cats in a little bit here. I would limit the space. The puppy, oh my gosh, it's time to go out and get an X Pen. Go to Pet Food Express, get an X Pen, maybe get 2 X Pens, because the dog may not even be housebroken yet. We haven't even talked about that. Close the bedroom doors, bathroom doors. It wants to be wherever you are, probably, and you're probably during the day going to be in the common spaces or the backyard. Yes, make that area small. It doesn't need a huge area. It needs an area just to be comfortable with, so it can get through those 3 days. Anxiety, pacing, panting, comfortable dog bed, some places to lie down, bowl of water where it can drink, access to the outside, easy access to the outside so it can go pee and poop, because you're going to be taking it out routinely because you don't know if it's housebroken or not. So yeah, keep it small, and over time, grow.
Okay, John in Mountain View wants to know if you can talk a little bit about introducing a dog into an environment where there are other pets in the house.
Hold that question. We're going to cover existing dog, existing cats. Good question. If I can punt on that, we're going to come back to Mountain View, John.
And then we have Melanie in San Jose who says, let's say our dog has snarled at us, so we try to de-escalate and let the dog relax. Would this instead reward the dog and teach the dog that they can snarl to get what they want? And how should we follow up after a snarl?
Good question. And I'm going to first say, the minute dog starts snarling, my antenna goes up, do I need a professional? Do I need help here? If there are 2 people in the house, with Golden Gate Lab Rescue, we get adopters that say, hey, my dog is lunging at me, barking at me. The first thing I want to see some videos of this happening. What's causing it? Back to, why is this dog snarling at you? Is it snarling at you because you gave it a frozen marrow bone and you are walking over nearby it and it's suddenly guarding that bone? Whoa. Got to figure out why the dog is snarling. You're not going to fix that snarling right away until you get at the root of why is it snarling. Okay, snarling is a fear issue. Fear you're going to take away something. It's uncomfortable of your proximity. fear comes from all sorts of different places. So you got to figure out why the dog is snarling for that. And again, professional help, take some videos of that. Just keep it safe. You don't want it to go from snarling to biting. Because snarling, there's sort of a progression, right? If the dog is going to go there, it looks at you, its ears go back, its lips curl a little bit, you hear a little rumbling, snarls, shows some teeth. All of a sudden the dog growls, now you really growl, and it snaps at you. All of a sudden it lunges and bites. There's a progression. Where does that begin? You've got to watch and see where that begins. Goes, where's the dog at right now? Don't do the human dog. It's not a human. Why is that dog growling and snarling? To figure that out. Wow, that's a tough situation. Yeah, good question.
And that's
beautiful. Okay, let's see. We talked about crate training your dog, getting help from a trainer. Some trainers will do things over the phone. Sometimes they need to come and do an evaluation of your dog. Let's see. We talked about, oh gosh, practice jumping into your car. Sometimes dogs don't like jumping into your car. And this might be something for that 3-week window. Gosh, what can I do in that 3-week window? You've been going around walks in the neighborhood, but you haven't been taking your dog for any rides. Food, baby, food. Major motivator for my dog to get my dog into the car, to jump up into the car. That's sort of unnatural, maybe for a dog to jump up into a car. You've got to take your dog places, go to the vet, go travel, feed your dog in your car, hang out with your dog in your car, give your dog earned affection and attention in your car. Get in the back of your car. Don't leave your driveway. Just hang out in your car with your dog in the back, chewing on a bone. You want that dog to be like, wow, this is sort of a crate on wheels, isn't it? Back here for there. Make it comfortable with your car. Okay, we talked about hand feeding. We talked about basic commands. Practice this in your home. Practice this in your yard, not in a high stress, high risk environment where the rest of the world is out there for there. Talking about go slow. Okay, got an existing dog. Let's talk about got existing dog. Don't expect buddies on the first day. Don't expect these two dogs to go, hi, how you doing? Welcome to my place. Please have my bed. Please, that's my bowl, but you can eat out of it too. Don't expect any of that. Expect stress from the new dog. Your existing dog, my dog Diesel, he'd be like, I bring foster dogs into my home. First time, Diesel's like, oh no, another foster dog. Gosh. So my own existing dog is also going through stress, especially on those first few days. Feed them separately. Feed your dog first and separate the other dog. Then feed that dog. Okay. And again, you're doing some maybe exercises with that dog. Use caution with affection. Okay. You're sitting on your couch here and you've got your existing dog. This is your existing dog. Midnight is on your lap. Right or wrong, it's on your lap. All of a sudden, the new dog comes over. Midnight, growling at your new dog because Midnight's got access to you and getting attention and affection. And just like dog packs, it's like there's a hierarchy. Midnight goes, you're the new kid. Back off, back off. That's your existing dog doing the growling, okay? Bad Midnight. So that proximity for space and affection is dangerous for that. So giving affection to one dog when you've got a second dog there, use caution. Use caution. I would walk them together. If you have two dogs, take them out walking them together. You're going to have to do that initial introduction between the two dogs. That initial introduction may be some of the scariest thing. You're going to go out for a walk, neutral territory. Don't introduce them in your living room. Some people say your backyard. I hope you have a big backyard. Neutral territory is best. Go on a walk together. Okay. Dog number one heading in that direction with human next to it. Okay. Here's dog number two. Maybe this is the new dog with another human. You don't take both dogs for walks at the same time. Imagine going out. New dog, old dog. One dog acts up. It's like, what do? Have two people. Walk in, walk, meander around, butt sniff, fall off again. Slow. Again, each dog is different, right? Each dog is different. Go on a nice long walk because at the end of that walk, ideally, you want the two humans are calm and confident and assertive, leading. You want those two dogs to be calm and hanging out, wiggling their butts, bumping into each other maybe. Okay, again, they're not best buddies yet. Okay, back in the house, danger, crossing a threshold like a front door. Everybody jams up at the front door, narrow, or a hallway, or a corner, or a stairwell. Everybody goes up at the same time. The dogs want to go up first. Nah, humans go in first. Humans go up the stairs first. Both dogs do not go through the door at the same time. Do not go up the stairs at the same time. Do not go down that narrow hallway. This happened to a brand new foster yesterday. One dog looked at the others. You're in a space. You're too close to my people. Snarling, fight. All of a sudden, you got two dogs, and you got no way to get out of there. So use caution. The seniority rules going through the doors, even in the dogs, one at a time. Let's see. We talked about feeding them separately. Oh my gosh, bones and rawhides. Before you bring that new dog home, your old dog's got bones and high value things all over the place. Pick them up. Sorry, existing dog, I'm taking your bones away because we don't know how the new dog is going to do. Okay. All right. So those are some things. I got 3 minutes left. Okay, we are in. Let's talk about cats. Cats. You got a cat? Take it slow and easy. Take it slow and easy with the cat, please. That cat's like freaking out. It's under the bed. Give that cat a sanctuary, someplace to get away. Baby Gates X Pens. Be ready for your cat to pee on your pillow. Okay, that's all I have to say about cats. Existing children, supervise them carefully. Involve them in the program. Nothing in life is free program and everything else. Don't let them hug the dog. Don't let them approach the dog when sleeping or lying on the bed. Kids, no lying on the dog beds. No going and playing in the crate. It's not a toy. No surprising the dog. Major growling, snarling action here, but do involve your kids. Okay, in summary, take it slow and easy. Be a leader, humans. Your dog's looking for it. 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. That human dog idea. Humans have feelings a different way than dogs do. Dogs are dogs. Humans are humans. Nothing in life is free. You're never going to forget that, are you, Davey? N-I-L-I-F. Nothing in life is free. Think long term. And when in doubt, when you get stressed out, when your dog is stressed out, take a deep breath, take your dog for a walk, and dog pouch and poop bags. Don't leave home without it. And that's Dave from Golden Gate Lab Rescue talking for, my gosh, 50 minutes here. Some great questions from folks calling in. Survive and thrive. Humans, you want to survive, but more importantly, you've got a rescue dog and you want that dog to thrive. Any questions? Hey, reach out to Pet Food Express. Their little chat line. They help you on all sorts of different topics. Hopefully, I've thrown a whole bunch of ideas out there. Thank you, Ivy, who's sleeping right now, for joining us. Thank you, Midnight, for being a demo dog here, and Colleen and Davey. It was wonderful having you guys here too. Anyway, Pet Food Express, back to you guys.